Hey everybody, my name is Sai. I'm here with the Underground Flavour Group. We are here for Vietnamese New Year, also known as Tết. It's a special time for family celebration. A lot of times we get a lot of big feasts going. Typically, in Vietnamese New Year here, this is called bánh chưng, and this is the most traditional dish of Vietnamese. We aren't going to make this today. We're going to be making something more fun and more easier. We're going to be making chả giò, which is also known as the Vietnamese spring roll. So to get started off with this Vietnamese spring roll, we're going to use 1,500 grams of ground pork. So these are woodier mushrooms. What you're going to do with these is you're going to find them in a package like this. They are dehydrated. You're going to boil hot water and soak them in for about roughly 20 minutes. So I've got about 20 grams of dried woodier mushrooms there that we reconstituted. Next is oyster sauce. And we're using about 30-35 grams of the oyster sauce. Then we're going to add in about 30 grams of fish sauce there. Just a little pepper, pinch, salt. And I've got ground white pepper here. Then we've got about 50 grams of carrots, julienne or shredded. Got about 50 grams of diced shallots here. Once we've got all that, we're going to combine that and mix that well. So while we're mixing this here, you can add about 450 grams of canned crab to the pork mixture here. So we're going to get this mixed up very well, everything incorporated. So this is spring roll paper that you can get in most Asian grocery stores in the freezer section here. Just going to pull these out and peel these to get these ready for rolling. So we've got these peeled now. If you open up the package and you have any left over, you can actually freeze it, but generally you want to use them all at once there because they won't stay fresh for long. So we're going to put some on my cutting board here. When we're making them at home, typically we're making around 100, 200 of these for big family celebrations. To keep these moist and pliable, just put a cloth over it and cover it. So what I've got here, I like to just roll them on the angle. You're looking for about 40 to 50 grams per egg roll there. And I've got an egg wash here. Just going to hit the corners. So the nicest way to roll this is just form like a little log with the meat there in the shape that we'll be rolling it in. You're going to bring up this corner, tuck it in very tightly, and roll. You're going to bring in these corners, and then just tightly again, keep tucking it in very tight, and roll. So one tip, just to remember, the tighter you roll it, the crispier it's going to stay out of the fryer. So I got my oil started. We're going to bring that to 300, 325. Make sure you don't overstuff spring rolls there, or else they won't stay as crispy when they fry as well. We're going to get started with what I'm using today is maybe something different. We're going to be making lettuce wraps with these chả giò here. This is actually called bánh hoài. This is dry, basically hammock vermicelli. They look like this. basically stick them in hot water for about 4 minutes, and then you pull them out, drain the water, they're ready to go. The package looks like this. The reason why I like using this is because it's already portioned out. You're serving family gatherings and stuff. People don't have to get their hands or chopsticks into the bun. This here is regular bun, also known as vermicelli. And this here, you're gonna boil for 5 to 7 minutes, depending on the brand. And then you'll just strain that out and let that dry. When you're letting bun dry, get a lot of air into the noodles. That'll help it stay fluffy. So I've got some pre-made here, and we're gonna get this ready for a dish here. Sorry. What we're actually gonna be using is scallion oil. So we're gonna dress the bun hoi there, the vermicelli, with the scallion oil. So in here is about a whole bunch of green onions, scallions, and then about a 1/4 cup of oil there. Just sprinkle in the salt. So you're gonna bring oil up to just as it starts to bubble, and then pour it over the scallions there, and then you'll have this. And this is traditional for any grilled meat Vietnamese dish here. So it's a condiment that you can use all around. So with their dish here, we've got some leaf greens here that we've washed up. You can use Boston or Bib. You want to use leaf, not iceberg, not romaine. These are a little bit more pliable for wrapping the spring rolls after. Got do chua here, which is basically pickled daikon and carrots. Typically, if you're making this, you can just salt, leave it at room temperature for 2 hours, and it'll start to help ferment here. But this is a quick recipe will be given. This is nuc mong, basically a seasoned fish sauce here. Also, recipe will be given after. And then just for garnish again, we just have some julienne cucumbers. So we've got our oil to 300 here. Dropping our spring rolls in. And these will cook for roughly about 10 minutes until golden brown. Frying. Basically, when I'm doing this at home, it's a big family gathering. We have an assembly line to make these because we're never making just 10 or 20. We are honestly making like 100, 200. Some will go in the freezer for leftovers. We got my daughter peeling the wrappers. We got my son putting in the meat. We got my wife rolling. I'm doing the deep frying. It's a whole family event. So I'm going to get some of these. I'm going to cut these up and get ready to start plating. Just give it a little stir before we spoon that in. Get some of our pickled daikon and carrots.
You're good.
Get our julienne cucumbers. I'm actually going to take the bun hoi now. Yeah. Get some more scallion oil over that. So all these little things we're doing with the condiments is just helping add extra flavor to the end dish that we have.
You're good.
So there you got it. Everything is plated up. I'm going to show you guys how to assemble it together. We're going to take our lettuce. We're going to grab a vermicelli. So grab that. I'm going to lay it there. I'm going to grab a spring roll, lay it across, grab some condiments you want, take a radish, cucumber for freshness. If you want to add things like mint or Thai basil, go ahead and do that. And I'm just going to wrap it up just like that. Get it in my sauce. And take a big bite. There you have it, everybody. Happy Vietnamese New Year. Chúc mừng năm mới. You can follow me at Phouns on Instagram and follow Underground Flavor Group. Thank you from the Kitchener Market.